Hello.
Hi.
She's here.
I'm here. You might have seen me
making
earlier.
trouble. Troublemaker.
This is my fault.
We are absolutely knackered. We've not eaten yet either. We've been doing all sorts. Are you sharing? Is that
Yeah,
right?
I'm doing it. I'm trying to
She's
do
not
it now.
being rude.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
She's really conscious of being on her phone, but she's reading you questions and sharing out the video and stuff while we Hey Cara, hey Kerry, how you doing? Who else is there? Let us know when you get logged in. I'm in my PJs, so she's like, "Oh, we've got to be behind the scenes, like in your natural. What would you normally be doing at 9 o'clock? What would you normally be wearing at 9 o'clock?" I'm like, my pajamas, and she comes down looking sexy, like sexy as anything.
Can't help it.
And sits next to me. I'm like, "Oh, I see how this is going. You put your pajamas on, Michelle. Leave your makeup off, Michelle." So, I've been talked into this tonight. Got one more question. Okay.
I feel like they'll keep coming in, so I'm going to keep an eye on them so Michelle can...
Yeah, you're a bit further away than normal because there's two of us to get in the shot. So I was like, I'm squinting at the camera to see your... hey, Bernie. Hello, everybody. Hey, Laura. How you doing? So we've been on it all day, like getting loads of juicy content for you guys so that we can share more value, add more value, make it easier for you to build your business.
You're going to love it.
I'm really excited about what we're doing, really excited, because I know that one of the big things for me has always been like being able to pick someone's brain and being able to see what's going on like in their world. That's how I learn. So that's why mentors have always been such a great way for me to learn. I don't know if my dog's distracting. I don't know what she's doing, but she's just off on one. It's always been like a way for me to learn has been to like watch what someone else is doing, listen to their stories, like see behind the scenes. So Sherilyn wants to bring more of that into the picture for you guys. So we're going to be doing a lot of that over the next couple of days. You might not see it all over the next couple of days because that would be like information overload, but then she'll be drip feeding what we've done over the last couple of days to you guys. So Sherilyn's my content creator and she makes the things in my head make sense to you guys. Basically, I'll have an idea and I'm like, Sherilyn, we need to do this, and she's like, okay. And she's like the creative genius behind it that will actually bring it to life and make it make sense and make it visually pleasing and all of that stuff. So tell me, guys, before I carry on, is the dog distracting? Do I need to go and strangle her? Is she distracting you? I won't actually strangle her, I'll just like lock her away or something. Hey Becky, how you doing? So one of the things we've been doing today, before we dive into the questions, I'll just tell you this as people are getting logged in. We've been taking a lot of like images of the house now it's finished and like before and after pictures and putting them together, because although I said we're only going to run retreats from here that are exclusive to WAM clients past and previous, we are going to be doing some things for everybody, you'll be pleased to know, and we confirmed that today, didn't we? So we've got some awesome ideas that we can share with everybody, whether you've been a WAM client or not, so that you will have an opportunity to come here and experience this. And Sherilyn's going to be doing some like vlogging and like proper real life like reviews, video reviews of the place from being a guest here. And so yeah, it's there's a lot of fun stuff coming up. So we're going to dive into the questions now. As you know, I never ever do Q&As. I do Q&As for like those of you that are in WAM, that are clients. That's obviously a big part and really important, but I never do Q&As outside of there. I like to keep it exclusive, but tonight I'm breaking tradition and changing that. So you guys have been...
I gave her a nudge.
Yeah, she was like, look, people want to ask you questions, just answer fucking questions. I'm like, okay. So I said no holds barred, ask me whatever you want to. And you guys have been busy sending in your questions all day. So you've got them. I'm going to hand over to Shez.
Woohoo! So I've been writing down the questions, but you have been sending some more in. So I might, if I've got time, do a couple of more. So if you have got a couple of questions, feel free to add it on. And if I've got time, I'll do it. But we'll see how we go. Okay, right. This is exciting. Literally, Michelle's like, what am I getting myself into right now? So the first question that we've got, so I'll go through them all and just tell us your honest answer, like first thing that comes to your head, and then that way you guys get a visual you know, up-to-date information as to what's going on in Michelle's head, because her brain thinks completely differently to how I think. So it's really interesting to see that side of it. Okay, so what one thing do you do to motivate yourself to push forward when life hits you with an unexpected crisis?
Ooh.
It's a good question.
Yeah, it's a really good question. And obviously my brain's just... We're going to have to move because that dog's really distracting, isn't she?
Yeah. Not to me. I don't know. What do you think, guys?
Some people are being really polite and going, no, she's fine, but she's just off on one. As soon as I hit live, she wasn't doing that before,
Yeah,
was she?
no.
We'll move in if it gets distracting, so please tell us. Don't be polite. So, my brain went straight to, as you were asking the question. By the way, I have no idea what I'm going to get asked. I've been banned from looking at the comments, so I couldn't prepare, so it's straight off the cuff. The reason I love this question is because our biggest challenge normally in business is staying optimistic when the shit hits the fan. It's easy when it's easy. And dealing with disappointment and dealing with things when they're not easy. Because it's in those moments that it's really easy to give up, slow down, put our goals back, move deadlines. None of which I ever allow myself to do. Because, okay, I'm going to go in.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's really annoying me. Right, so...
We're going in, guys.
She might not be bothering you, but she's fucking pissing me off really bad. Like,
She's in trouble.
I'm having bad visions about the dog right now. So,
Right, where shall I go? Here?
yeah. We'll go into...
Well, now you get to see another part of the house.
I hope I've still got good enough 4G in here.
It should be. Hopefully.
Put all the lights on. So we're going to go in... there we go. So this should be light enough, yeah. Yeah, it's light. Okay. I'm going to put you down here. I'm going to have to sit on the chair. Hopefully this is going to work.
Yes. Are you in?
I'm in.
Sorry, guys, technical difficulties. Oh, wait, cancel. There we go. Right.
Oh, it's gone the wrong way around.
Oh.
What's happening?
Why has it done that? Guys, can you see us? We're sideways.
How has this happened?
That is typical.
Okay, hold on.
Huh? Oh. Right, try. How come? Is it not going back to normal? Oh my... Rotate the phone.
It's malfunctioned. We're having a mare.
What the heck?
I don't know what it's looking at. Hold on, guys.
Where's the camera?
Right, we're going to have to start again.
This is hilarious. Wait. I don't know what it's looking at either.
We're going to have to
It's
start
like
again.
zoomed in. Hi. No.
Hold on.
Everyone's just like, what's going on?
Right, we're going to start again, guys.
I've just come and I've interfered with...
Okay, we're back. Oh my god, I'm really sorry. Do you want to share it out?
Okay.
Okay, we'll try again. Guys, when you're back in, let us know that you're back.
Of course it's when I'm here causing a menace.
I've told you she's trouble. She's just trouble.
It's just typical.
Honestly.
But we're
So
back.
while you're getting logged in, this, when you come and visit us, will be your kitchen. And this is where we'll be eating breakfast and lunch and dinner together and all of that stuff. Okay, guys are getting back in now. So,
Yes.
recap the question. The question was, how do I deal with life how do I deal with business and move forward when it throws me a curveball? So, my head went straight to my recent curveball, which I won't go into because those of you that have been following for a while will know. And I'm thinking about how I dealt with that and bounced back, because I think there's a couple of answers to this, but the simple answer is mission. If the mission is strong within you and you do what you do for reasons that are beyond yourself, I'm going to pull this forward a little bit because I feel like I'm like far away. If it's about more than your money, income, your own personal goals, and it's about what you feel you're here to do in the world, and the people you need to serve, and the people that won't be able to progress if you don't show up. When it becomes about those things, it doesn't matter what life throws at you, because it becomes selfish for you not to continue. So a few months ago, when I had my big curveball, and I can remember I did give myself some time off, and I think that's really important. I don't think you should work through your problems, because it just leads to burnout. And I did take myself away, and I, did all the stuff we talk about all the time, like journaling, meditation. I just really focused on me, completely selfishly said, look, I need this time. And I took a few days in my cave where I didn't come out and I didn't want to speak to anyone, and I just wanted to be on my own and all of that stuff. But it was really easy to come out of the cave within a couple of days and go, right, back to work, because I've got people that are relying on me to show up, and people's lives will be made easier with their challenges in business and stuff if I can smile, even though my heart might be breaking a little bit, and get on with it anyway. So I think, in short, if you are faced often with challenges that seem to take you out, and you stop showing up for yourself and your business, and you stop doing the little things that count, then I would say go back to the mission. Because if things are taking you out of the game regularly, or for too long of a period, then there might be some work to do around why. And I don't mean your why as in your goals, but why you need this to do. You need to do this for other people as well as you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's good. I think a lot of people will be able to relate to that. Okay, cool. So we've got another question. So this question is, how did you do everything you're doing now at the beginning without a team?
I didn't is the short answer. You can't possibly do it all. So I'll give you an example. When it comes to, say, lead generation, because this is the lifeblood of any business, we have a really good lead generation plan as a team for Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, email, and paid ads, organic reach. There's a lot of stuff that goes into us as a brand being visible in front of the people that need us. On day one, I couldn't have possibly been that visible and that effective on all of those platforms. And I see women trying to do this, trying to be awesome at Instagram, awesome at LinkedIn, nail Facebook all at the same time, on their own, one-man band, just getting the business off the ground. It's not possible. But what's a mistake is to outsource too quickly. So what we've always done as a team is we've took something that we need to learn, let's say Facebook marketing, and I learnt it in the beginning, and I learned how to do it myself in a way that works for me, drawing on my strengths, my natural abilities, the things I like doing, and almost write the manual for it. So as I'm doing it, you're doing it with a different energy. You're not just doing it with an energy of, I need to make this work for me and my business. You're doing it with an energy of, I need to be able to teach somebody else to do this as soon as I've mastered it. So I'd master something, get results with it, write the manual for it, and then that becomes a vacancy within the business. And then I bring somebody in to do that job specifically. They don't need to be an expert in Facebook, they just need to have the characteristics of a person that I can teach and mould to do what I've been doing and getting results with, and hold accountable for that. Then I can move on and master Instagram, do the same on Instagram, hire someone, do the same on LinkedIn, hire someone. So in short, I didn't do it all on day one, and I don't think you should be trying to do it all on day one. If you do, I think you end up doing loads of things, 10% of your ability goes into them, whereas if you do everything, nail it, master it, get results with it, hire it out. I've never hired experts at things. I've hired people that have got the potential to become amazing at something, that have natural abilities in certain things, not someone that says to me, oh, I'm the best content creator in the world and I've been doing the job for the last 10 years. I hired Shez, for example, because I know she's really creative. I love being around her. She's got the sort of person that she cares about people as much as I do. She wants to see people do well, and the rest we can work out because we've been doing it for a long time before Shez came on board, and then she enhances it because she's got this natural ability that I haven't got. And that's how I've always planned, mastered and hired. And I think, it's a shame when people go, I'm really shit at that. and I can't get results with that, so I'm going to hire a specialist, an expert who's better than me, and they can't hold them accountable. They can't show them what good looks like, and they lose control of big parts of their business, and spend money that they don't have in the beginning on trying to get it right. And it's totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. We didn't have an Instagram, did we, up and running until I was already doing maybe 7 figures a year.
Yeah.
And our Instagram was shocking because I just hadn't focused on it, because you can't do it all on
It was
your
like
own.
one photo a year or something.
Yeah, when she took over Instagram, she was like, holy shit, we got
What
some
have you
work
done?
to do.
Okay, cool, that's good. And then kind of a spin-off on that, actually, because it was kind of 2 questions in one. It says then, if you are doing it all or trying to do it all, how do you then prevent going into burnout? Are you likely to go into burnout if you're trying to do it all?
Well, you will, won't you? And you'll never feel like you're doing anything well,
Yeah.
because you can't be. I've massively suffered with burnout for different reasons. More because there's never a point, is there, in your own business where you're like, I'm done now, I've done enough today, there's nothing else to be done. There's always something to be done, there's always more you could have done, and there's always the next goal to reach for. So I think you've got to get good at relaxing in the plateau sometimes and going, I've done enough for me today, like I've done enough, or I feel like I need a break now, therefore it's okay to step back. And I was really bad at that for a long time, and actually that held my results back, because if you feel great and energized, you do more in the time that you've got, you achieve more. If you're constantly in burnout, it's like wading through treacle. And I existed in that probably for about 2 years, and I didn't even know until I now look back and I can see it. Ultimately it holds you back. Overworking holds you back. It doesn't propel you forward.
Cool. All right, that's good. Okay, so next question is, how hard do you need to up level to reach the next amazing stage of your business? So when you're going from one level where you think, like, I've got this, I've kind of mastered this, how hard do you need to work to get to the next one?
I don't think it should feel like that.
No.
I think if it feels like that, we're doing something wrong. Sounds harsh, but we could be doing something way better. So here's why I don't think it should feel like that. So if your next goal is, let's say, 10k a month in profit, and you feel like you've got to have this big push to 10k, and then you get there and you're like, right, my next goal is 20k, but to work 10 hours a month less, for example. Then you feel like it's a big push to get there, and it's like a hustle to keep leveling up. We're still live, babe. Then it was just about to walk in. Then it shouldn't feel like that. But the reason is because you're building your plan and structure and strategy around the next level, rather than building it around 5 levels up and hitting everything else along the way, because then it feels much more organic. So, for example, if I'm working with a woman that says to me, in 5 years I want to be earning 150 grand a month, I'm at 0 right now, we will plan for 150 grand a month. And along the way will be these stepping stones that we'll hit and move past as we keep going. It's not about like loads of exertion and burnout, and then we hit a goal and we're like, brilliant. It doesn't feel very brilliant because I'm fucking knackered. And then I need to stay here for a bit before I muster up the courage to go for the next one. It shouldn't feel like that at all. It should feel a lot smoother than that. I'm going to shut the door because of mosquitoes. You can read the next question.
Okay, I'll read the next question. See, seriously, I'm come over it. It's just a disaster. This is just how lives are with me. Right, okay.
Mosquito paranoid.
Yeah, I've seen a few. Okay, so next one is, once you decided to be a coach, how long did it take you to get started once you'd made that initial decision?
2 weeks.
What?
2 weeks. That's a lie, actually. More like 2 days.
You're having me on.
Seriously, my journey to coaching was like that, because it had been on my mind, but I hadn't made the decision. It had been on my mind for a few years. In the background, I can see now, looking back, doing the work to get ready to be a good coach.
Yeah.
Like, you know, having the level of success that I needed to experience.
going through the challenges to get there, all those things I needed to experience to be able to truly offer authentic support to someone and not just call myself a business coach who's never had a successful business. Or like, that was really important to me, that I was authentic. So I've been doing that work, but I went out for dinner with a mentor who wasn't my mentor at the time, but I went for dinner with her to see if she was going to be a good mentor. And I said to her at the dinner, I think that I'd like to start helping people on a larger scale with online businesses, and I think I feel called to help women because I feel like I really know their challenges intimately more than I do a man's challenge, because we are different creatures. And she went, so do it, what's stopping you? And I couldn't answer the question, what's stopping me? I was like, I don't know, nothing. So from like having the thought of I might do that now, it was about 2 weeks, but really 2 days after that meal of going, there's nothing stopping me, I was like, we're launching in 6 weeks. And we launched literally 5.5 weeks later with 60K's worth of courses sold. And it was just like, boom. And then that's the thing, like, big change doesn't take a long time. Big change happens in an instant of you deciding, this is my time and it's going to be different from now. And knowing what needs to be different for it to be different. And I knew what I'd got to do, because years, like 10 years behind the scenes had built up to that point. If you're a business coach, in my opinion, and I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but straight as I see it, if you're setting up a business as a business coach to help people in business, but struggling to get your coaching business off the ground, there's something not right there. You know, like, it shouldn't be shocking that I decided to launch a business coach in brand and a course, and it took off like that, because all the work that had gone into the knowledge of business in the first place to make that happen. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say?
No, 100%.
There's something wrong if you're launching as a business coach
in your business.
And your business is false. Like, there's something not right there. And I see it too much. I'm like, are we maybe launching, I'm not trying to be offensive, but are we maybe launching as the wrong thing right now? Like, should we be launching something? Because anyone can launch something really successfully using their skill set and knowledge and da-da-da-da. But if we're trying to launch something that we're not skilled in yet, it's going to be hard. Now the dog's coming, because we haven't had enough drama on this live yet.
Oh my god!
Right, what's next?
Okay, next question before Jerry Lee interrupts us again. Okay, so when did you, this is a good one. When did you first recognise yourself as a successful entrepreneur? When were you like, I'm successful?
Okay, funnily enough, only about 3 weeks ago.
You're joking. Why am I only just finding this out now?
Because I think I think it depends how you measure success. Like, I've done all right. Like, I know I've done all right.
I can't with this woman. All right, right.
But like, it was when my sister came over.
Yes.
We did a post about
Yes, yeah. I know what you're going to say, yeah.
So my sister and her partner and the 2 girls came over, and she just said to me one day, you don't work very much, do you? Like, you're dead chilled, like, it's dead calm in the house, and like, you barely work, and she was here for a week while I was working. I took 2 weeks off to be with her, but she was here for a week while I was working. She was here for 3 weeks total. So she saw my normal working week, and her response to it being, you don't work that much, do you? You're dead chill. That was success for me.
Yeah.
Really, like, genuine success, because the money in the bank, of course, like, that's cool, and I would never give it back. Like, I love money, of course. And the house and all the other things, yeah, they're a real sense of achievement. But success to me has always been about freedom and time.
Yeah.
And it was when she said that, and I looked back and thought, fuck yeah, like, we have come a long way, because there was a point where if someone had been here living with us while we were working, they'd have been like, I haven't seen you for a week.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. And you know that.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Yeah.
So things have changed. I can vouch for that. Jess, Michelle's sister, I'm like, oh my god, what's going on here? We're just like having a party. Okay, this follows on from that one. How does your typical work day look?
There isn't really a typical.
No.
I like variety. I think most entrepreneurs will say, like, we are driven by variety.
Yeah.
We struggle with mundane routine. If things get too samey, we get bored and we get the urge to create something new. So what a lot of entrepreneurs can do is sabotage their own success with this variety trait, because they'll start something but they're not great at finishing something, so they'll want to move on too soon and do something else because it feels new and exciting. So I've had to channel it into, rather than starting a new business or changing my offer or all the other destructive things we could do too soon, I've had to channel it into making my days really varied. So like some days will consist of discovery calls, and it'll just be like bam, 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 and I'm talking to amazing women and seeing if we're a fit. Some days will be dead chilled, and it'll just be like just content creation, sat by the pool or sat somewhere that I feel inspired, and just like putting pen to paper and writing new content for the clients that I work with and putting new trainings together for them. Some days will be all about the team and like getting together with them and working out what we need to do operationally to level up. So there is structure of things within the business that have to get done, but my days have become less structured as the business has grown because the structure's embedded elsewhere. But back when, and if you're like not at that stage yet where there is a big team around you with structure, then you have to embed it. Like, you have to know what needs to get done every day that drives the sales, that drives the profit, and do that before anything else. Like, you need your absolute non-negotiables in your day, especially if you've not got other people doing them, and channel that variety into other stuff, which is why any of you that have been following me for years will know my hair colour's changed how many times.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
I've had all sorts of different hair colours. And travelling, we just travel, I'd work from everywhere, but the principles of what I was doing when I was working would stay the same, but I just got different scenery to look at, or I was working from a different hotel room or by a different pool or on a different beach, because I had to keep changing it up. So channel your variety into something that's not going to sabotage your success.
There's a reason she's got 4 dogs as well.
4 dogs, all of that. Now we've just finished this beautiful house, and I'm like on to the next house project, and moving to Portugal some of the year, like it all, because I've got to feed that need.
Exactly. Okay, cool. So I've got a good question here actually. This one says, what was the defining moment in your journey where you felt you had really connected to your soul and felt spiritually in tune with yourself? Big question, but
I love it though.
Yeah, I feel like it's totally you.
Yeah.
Michelle, did you write this?
I'm wondering if you did write that.
Sarah.
Sarah who?
Sarah Robinson.
Okay, cool. Sarah. The reason I love this question is because I've been unleashing more of my spiritual side to the world, and that question validates that, because it's like people want to know more about this side.
Someone gets you.
People
get you.
You get me, and I get you. And if you don't have that, people don't know where to find you, do they? Your true tribe don't know where to find you. And I've loved the journey of opening up spiritually more to you guys and letting you into that side of my life and world, because it has played a massive part of where we are today. I can't say, Sarah, there's been like one moment where I'm like, oh, I'm connected now. Because it's like a process. It's a process of like constant like spiritual evolution.
Yeah. And
I've been in and out of connection as well. And I still am. Like, I don't know, maybe I will. I'll keep you informed. I don't know if I'll ever reach a point where I feel like I'm just tapped into my soul now, and that connection will always be there, and it will always be easily accessible for me. I have to work at it. So like a few months ago when we lost the baby, my connection was immediately there, and I immediately in that moment when I needed that support, I could tap in, and it was very comforting. But then a few weeks later, it just kind of vanished on me, and I was like, I felt a bit lost and a bit. So I think the reason I tell you this is because I think that if we're really honest, because we're human, having a spiritual experience, sometimes we do feel a bit lost spiritually, especially when the shit hits the fan. So I don't know that I'm there yet or will ever be there yet enough to say to you, there was this moment where everything changed and I was connected to God and the universe and all things amazing, and it's never left and it never will leave, and I don't think I can say that. But what I do know is that it's small practices every day, consistently, that keep you in a place where you can access the resources on a soul level that are available to you easier than someone that doesn't do these things. You know, like having a really high vibrational morning routine. Because the point is, like, divine guidance is on an energetic level that is high. And when we're feeling low vibrationally, we can't hear it. It's like picking up the phone and hearing like just like being distorted or not tuning into the right radio frequency. You just can't hear it. It's there. It never leaves. It's ever present. But we can't always hear it. It's like when you're grieving, you lose someone and you're grieving hard, and other people around you are having spiritual experiences of that person, and you're like, why am I not? Because you can't. Because you're feeling all the fear, hurt, anger. So when we experience those feelings, emotions, it can sometimes be harder to hear the divine guidance. So the priority in our life should always be keep your vibe high as fuck. Like, do what you've got to do. Even on the worst days, those are the days you need to do it the most. When you feel good, do it. When you don't feel good, do it. You know, if that's getting out in nature, meditating. There's no right or wrong to this. Don't shame yourself because you don't meditate. If you don't like meditating, don't fucking meditate. Like, if you don't like journaling, don't journal. If you don't want to do things that other people are doing that works for them, then don't. It's about feeling good.
Do you like pizza?
I love pizza. James has got a pizza. He's like, pizza makes me feel good. So that's my cue.
That's it.
He's like barging in, like, I'm coming in now.
Dinner time, bitches!
So sorry if we didn't get to all your questions, but thank you so much for those of you that sent them in. What we'll try and do is maybe answer them in like posts.
Yes, yeah.
Going forward.
Because I can now that I'm here, I'm like, right, Michelle, what's the answer to this? People are asking this, people want to know this. So all the questions you've got, keep posting and keep asking, because even if we can't answer them right now this second, I can get the information out of Michelle. Maybe I can get us to do a live video based on it or whatever. So all the questions you've got, keep them coming.
Thank you guys, love you. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
I think it made it more entertaining. See ya.